Hello everyone and welcome to our public forum on anti-bullying 2025. I'm Ezra Charlena and I will be your moderator for today's session. It is an honor to have all of you join us, whether you are here in person participating online. Bullying is a serious and pervasive issue affecting schools worldwide, including here in Malaysia. It impacts not only the academic performance of students, but also their mental health, social relationship, and overall well-being. Students who experiences bullying may struggle with anxiety, depression, low self-esteem, social withdrawal, and even physical symptoms such as headaches and stomach caused by stress. In some cases, bullying can escalate to severe outcomes, including self-harm. Therefore, it is essential that we address this issue with seriousness, empathy, and collective action. The purpose of today's forum is multifold. We aim to. The first one is raise awareness about the different forms of bullying, including physical, verbal, relational, and cyberbullying. The second one is discuss effective strategies that schools, teachers, parents, and peers can implement to prevent and respond to bullying. The third one is provide practical resources and programs that students, educators, and communities can access to foster safe and inclusive school environments. To help us explore these topics, we are fortunate to have our distinguished speakers who will share their expertise and experiences. Muhammad Hafiz bin Baba, our experienced school counselor with over 10 years of service supporting student well-being, mental health, and conflict resolution in schools. Afif Jazimin bin Ridwan, senior teacher and classroom management specialist, who has successfully implemented programs to promote inclusion and positive behavior among students. Muhammad Sharul Shah bin Rosli, also known as ASPAD, representing an NGO dedicated to youth empowerment and anti-bullying initiative. He will share insights into community campaign advocacy programs and how students can actively contribute to safer school environments. Muhammad Yuzaimi bin Yasijo, Education Officer for Ministry of Education, who will responsible for implementing national programs and policy on student welfare, ensuring that schools have the guidance and resources to prevent and manage bullying effectively. So, today's forum is not just about listening, it is about learning, engaging, and taking action. I encourage all participation to pay close attention, take notes, and think about how each strategy or idea presented today can be applied in your own school, community, or family settings. We will begin with insight from our counselor, Muhammad Hafiz bin Baba, who will talk about the psychological and emotional impact of bullying, as well as effective intervention strategies that can support victims and prevent further incidents. His extensive intervention strategy that can support victims and prevent further incidents. His extensive experience working directly with students makes him uniquely qualified to shed light on the complexity of bullying and how we can respond with empathy and professionalism. Before we proceed, I would like to emphasize that this forum is safe and respectful space. To all participation are encouraged to engage thoughtfully, listen actively, and respect the perspective shared by our speakers. So together we can cultivate a school culture where every student feels safe, valued, and supported. Without further ado, I now hand over the session to Muhammad Hafiz bin Baba, our school counselor, to begin this discussion on the psychological and emotional impact of bullying.
Thank you, moderator Ezra Charliana, and hello everyone. Bullying is a serious and complex issue that can take many forms, including physical, verbal, rational, and increasingly cyberbullying. Physical bullying involves direct actions such as hitting, pushing, tripping, or damaging someone's personal belonging. Verbal bullying may appear as name calling, teasing, mocking, or spreading harmful rumors. Relational bullying is more subtle but equally harmful. It can include social exclusion, manipulation of friendship, or isolating someone from peer groups. In today's digital world, cyberbullying has become a major concern. This involves using social media, messaging apps, or online platforms to spread harmful message, embarrassing image, or malicious rumor aimed at intimidating or humiliating someone. Research shows that bullying is not just a minor issue, it can have long lasting effect on a student's mental, emotional, and academic life. Victims of bullying often experience anxiety, depression, low self esteem, social withdrawal, and decreased motivation in school. Some students may even develop physical symptoms like headache or stomachache due to stress. In most severe cases, prolonged exposure to bullying can lead to self-harm or suicidal thought. It is therefore crucial that we recognize bullying as a serious problem and intervene as early as possible. As a school counselor, I work closely with students, teachers, and parents to ensure that bullying is addressed effectively and compassionately. One of the first steps is to create safe space within the school where students feel comfortable sharing their experience without fear of judgment or retaliation. This safe space can be classroom, counseling rooms, or design peer support areas where students can express their feeling openly. Another key strategy is to encourage open communication between students and adults. Students must understand that their voice matters and that speaking up about bullying is not a sign of weakness but an act of courage. Teachers and parents should actively listen, validate students' experience, and provide guidance on appropriate ways to respond. In addition, educating students on empathy, emotional regulation, and conflict resolution is critical. Programs such as workshop on emotional intelligence, role-playing activities, and group discussion can help students understand the impact of their action on others and learn how to manage their emotion constructively. Teaching empathy allows students to recognize their feelings to their peers and reduce their likelihood or bullying behavior developing in the first place. It also essential to identify early warning signs of bullying, and this can include sudden change in behavior, withdrawal from friends, decreased participation in school activities, unexplained injuries, or reluctance to attend school. Teachers and parents should be vigilant and proactive when this sign appear. Early intervention not only protects the victim but can also prevent the bully from continuing harmful behavior. Moreover, we must remember that bullying affects not just the individual students but the entire school community. Witness to bullying may feel unsafe or anxious, and a culture of tolerance toward bullying can harm the overall learning environment. By acting consistently and collaboratively, we can foster a culture of care, respect, and inclusion where every student feels value and support. Finally, I would like to emphasize that preventing bullies is not the responsibility of one person alone. It requires a combined effort from teachers, parents, peers, and school administrators. Together, we can create an environment where students thrive academically, socially, and emotionally, free from fear and intimidation. I now hand over to Afif Jazimin bin Ridwan, our senior teacher, who will discuss practical classroom strategies and approach to prevent and address bullying effectively. Thank you.
Thank you, Hafiz, for your insightful presentation on the effect of bullying and the importance of early intervention. Hello, everyone. As a teachers, we play a pivotal role in maintaining a safe, inclusive, and nurturing environment in schools. Students spend a significant portion of their day under our guidance, which gives us the unique opportunity to shape their social behavior, reinforce positive values, and prevent negative behaviors like bullying from taking root. Classroom strategies are therefore critical in fostering respect, empathy, and responsibility among students. One of the most effective strategies is promoting respect and inclusion. This involves encouraging students to appreciate diversity, celebrate differences in culture, ability, gender, and background, and understand the consequences of harmful behavior. For example, during class discussion or group activities, teachers can highlight the importance of listening to everyone's opinion and treating peers with kindness. Simple acts such as assigning group projects with rotating team members can help students interact with different classmates and reduce social exclusion. Another highly effective approach is the implementation of peer mentoring program. By pairing senior students with juniors, schools can create a support network where older students act as guides and role models. These mentorship programs help younger students feel welcome, provide them with someone to turn to for advice, and reduce their vulnerability to bullying. Mentors can also be trained to recognize early signs of bullying among their peers and report them to teachers or counselors. Clear classroom rules and expectations are also essential. Students must understand what constitutes bullying, including physical, verbal, relational, and cyber forms. As Hafiz mentioned earlier, rules should be explained at the beginning of the school year and consistently enforced. Teachers should also highlight positive behavior through recognition programs, awards, or prizes to reinforce respectful interaction and create a culture of appreciation. For instance, acknowledging acts of kindness, cooperation, or standing up against bullying in front of the class can motivate others to follow suit. Active, super, active supervision is another critical element in preventing bullying. Teachers should actively monitor areas where bullying is likely to occur, such as playground, hallways, canteens, school buses, and even online platforms used for school communication. Regular patrols, observational strategies, and checking in with students can help identify bullying incidents early. Additionally, creating an open door policy where students feel comfortable reporting concern directly to teachers encourage transparency and accountability. It is also important to integrate social emotional learning (SEL) into the curriculum. Lessons on empathy, communication skills, conflict resolution, and emotional regulation equip students with the tools to manage disagreement peacefully, understand the impact of their words and actions, and support their peers effectively. Role-playing activities, group discussion, and case study analysis can be highly effective methods for SEL integration. In addition, involving parents and guardians is crucial. Teachers should maintain regular communication with parents about students' behavior, progress, and any concerns regarding bullying. Workshops for parents can educate them on how to identify bullying signs at home and reinforce positive behavior in their children. Preventing bullying requires a proactive and collaborative approach. When teachers, students, parents, and school administrator works together, we create a safe and supportive school culture where every student feel valued, respect, and empowered. Small consistent action like recognition positive behavior, mentoring peers, or addressing conflict early collective make a significant difference in students' life. Finally, I would like to emphasize that bullying prevention is not just about stopping negative behavior. It is about building a school community where respect, empathy, and kindness are the norm, not the exception. Next, we will hear from Muhammad Sharul Shah bin Rosli, also known as Asbat, who is representing an NGO working on anti-bullying campaign and youth empowerment programs. He will share insight on community initiative, outreach program, and how students can actively contribute to making school safer and more inclusive. Thank you.
Good morning to all present. Faith, I'm glad to be here today. At Safe School Initiative, we work closely with students, school, and communication to raise awareness about bullying and to empower young people to take positive action. Our work is guided by the belief that every student deserves to feel safe, respected, and valued in their learning environment. Over the years, we have developed a variety of programs that do not only preventing but also equip students with the skill to become responsibility and compensate of member for their communities. One of our initiatives involved workshop for students that focus on essential life skills such as empathy, effective communication, leadership, and conflict resolution. Through interactive activity like role-playing scenario, group discussion, and problem solving. Exercise. Students learn how to identify bullying behavior, respond appropriately, and support their peers. For example, a workshop might simulate a situation where a student witnessed a cyberbullying online. A participant together that will decide the safe and most constructive way to intervene this workshop. Help students understand that their action, no matter how small, can have meaningful impact in stopping bullying. Okay. Another component of our work is peer support network. This network creates a safe channel for the student to confidently report bullying incident or seek guidance when they feel vulnerable. Peer mentor are trained to provide emotional support, offer guidance, and refer case to teacher or counseling if necessary. By creating a system where students support each other, we cultivate a culture of solidarity and empower students to act as advocate for their friends and classmates. In addition, awareness campaign play a crucial role in our efforts. This initiative not only raise awareness but also normalize conversation about bullying, making it easier for students to speak up and seek help. We strongly encourage schools to adopt this program alongside existing measures such as counseling service, classroom rules, and school policy to create a comprehensive and multi-layered approach to combating bullying. It's not enough to rely on a single strategy. A combination of proactive prevention, peer engagement, and community support is very essential to create lasting change. By empowering students through education, mentorship, and awareness program, we help them become active bystanders. Active bystanders are students who recognize bullying when it occurs, students support victims appropriately, and discourage predators from continuing harmful behavior. This approach transforms the school environment where students are not passive observers but active participants in creating a safe, inclusive space for everyone. Finally, I would like to emphasize that change begins with awareness and action. Every student has the power to make a difference, whether it speaks up about bullying, support of friends, or participating in programs that promote respect and inclusion together. Teacher, parents, NGO, and policymakers. We can build a culture where bullying is no longer tolerated, where every student has the opportunity to thrive academically, socially, and emotionally. I now overhead for Muhammad Yuzaini bin Yasijo, the education officer of the Minister of Education, who will share insight on the national policy, resource, and program that support school in preventing and managing bullying effectively.
Thank you, Shahrul Shah, and greetings to everyone present today. From the Ministry of Education perspective, addressing bullying in schools is a top priority. We understand that schools are not only places for academic learning, but also environments where students develop social skills, emotional resilience, and moral values. To support schools in creating safe and inclusive spaces, the Ministry provides comprehensive guidance, resources, and structural programs to prevent and respond to bullying in consistent and effective ways. This support includes three. First, clear reporting systems. Schools are equipped with structured protocol that allow students, teachers, and parents to report bullying incidents confidentially. This ensures that no case goes unnoticed and that every report is handled professionally. Secondly, guidelines for teachers and administrators. The ministry provides detailed manuals and training materials on identifying, documenting, and managing bullying incidents. Teachers are trained to recognize early warning signs and intervene before situation escalate. The third specialist training programs. Regular workshops, webinars, and courses are conducted for educators to enhance their skills in conflict resolution, emotional support, and inclusive classroom management. These programs ensure that school staff are prepared to handle bullying effectively and sensitively. One of the flagship initiatives is the Safe School program, which aims to create a school culture where every student feels safe, respected, and supported while learning. The program includes monitoring school environments, promoting peer support systems, and integrating social emotional learning into the curriculum. Schools that participate in the Safe Schools program are encouraged to establish student councils, peer mediation teams, and anti-bullying committees to actively involve students in promoting a positive school culture. The ministry also provides resources for parents and caregivers. These resources help adults identify signs of bullying at home, understand the impact of bullying on mental health, and provide guidance on supporting children effectively. Parents are encouraged to maintain open communication with their children, collaborate with teachers, and participate in school programs focused on students' well-being. Collaboration between school-based strategies and national policies is critical. When teachers, counselors, students, parents, and policymakers work together, the combined effort creates a culture of accountability, empathy, and mutual respect. This collaborative approach ensures that bullying is addressed from multiple angles: prevention, intervention, and support. making anti-bullying effort more effectively and sustainable. It is important to note that bullying is not only a school problem, it is a society issue. Therefore, the ministry also partners with NGO, community organization, and local authorities to raise awareness, provide counseling services, and organize campaigns aimed to aim at reducing bullying in schools nationwide. For instance, initiatives like awareness work, anti-bullying workshops, and online campaigns encourage students to become active participants in promoting respect and inclusion. In conclusion, the Ministry of Education believes that every child has the right to learn in a safe, nurturing, and inclusive environment. Preventing bullying requires commitment, diligence, and collaboration from everyone involved: students, teachers, parents, and policy makers. Together, we can ensure that school becomes safe havens for learning, where students are empowered to reach their full potential academically, socially, and emotionally. Thank you.
Thank you to all our speakers for their valuable insights, guidance, and dedication to addressing the serious issue of bullying in our schools. We are truly grateful for the knowledge and practical strategies you have shared with us today. So we will now open the floor for questions. For participants joining online, please feel free to type your question in the chat box and our speakers will respond thoughtfully. Your questions are an important part of this forum as they allow us to clarify, reflect, and engage in meaningful dialogue about how we can work together to prevent bullying. As we conclude today's session, I want to emphasize a few key points. First, bullying affects everyone in the school community, not just the victims. Witness, bystanders, and even preparators are all impacted in different ways. Creating a safe and inclusive school environment requires awareness, empathy, and active participation from all members of the school community. The second one is prevention and intervention are ongoing efforts, not one-time actions. Schools must continuously promote positive values such as respect, empathy, and responsibility. Teachers and parents must collaborate to provide guidance and support. Students must feel empowered to speak up, stand against injustice, and support their peers. Only through collective effort can we truly prevent bullying. The third one, it is important to recognize that every small action counts. Encouraging a kind word, recognizing someone's achievement, supporting a friend in need, or reporting an incident of bullying can make a huge difference. This action may seem minor, but together they create a culture where bullying is not tolerated and every student feels safe and respected. So, finally, I encourage all of us to reflect what we have learned today and take actionable steps. Think about what each of us who can do in our own classrooms, home and communities to create an environment where kindness, respect and inclusion are the norm. Remember that awareness alone is not enough. We must act consistently and courageously to make a real difference. So, in conclusion, the fight against bullying is a shared responsibility. When students, teachers, parents, counselors, NGOs, and policymakers collaborate effectively, we can transform our schools into safe, supportive, and inspiring place for learning and growth. Together, we can create a culture where every student is valued, every voice is heard, and no one has faced bullying alone. Thank you for attending the Anti-Bullying Public Forum 2025. Stay safe, remain compassionate, and let us all commit today and every day to standing together against bullying. Let's make our schools a place where every student can learn, grow, and thrive without fear. So have a wonderful day and let us continue to carry this lesson forward into our schools, homes, and communities. That's all our forum. Thank you.